Welcome back, everyone still tuning in. This is our second best of 3 of the day. We're into the quarterfinals of the ESL One Genting EU qualifiers, and that means we're into positions where teams can find themselves that nice little route through to the closed qualifiers. We've already had 2 of our teams earlier on today make their way through, and now we're looking to see whether 5Frags or Dota Mastery get one of those remaining slots. Game 1 went the way of Dota Mastery, while 5Frags nearly, oh so nearly, came back into that game, but were eventually shut out. Morphling, second phase pick here. Omni Knight, Gyrocopter, Nature's Prophet, Earth Spirit, and Clockwork, along with Brewmaster, Night Stalker, Ogre, Medusa, and PA, removed from the game. Witch Doctor Slardar opener from 5Frags, while Dota Mastery did get their hands on that Beastmaster, thanks to a little bit of a shift up in that first banning stage with Ogre and Ogre and Nature's Prophet, both getting themselves taken out of the game. Medusa did in the second phase, along with Clockwork and Earth Spirit, those 2 roaming annoyances. But Dota Mastery tried to round things out with Rubik ET as their support duo, Beastmaster in that offlane role. 5Frags now come out with the Enchantress to try and even out some of these lanes. Looks like it could be the offlane Ench with the Slardar Witch Doctor as your 4 and 5, Morphling your 1, and your remaining hero going to be your mid laner most likely here. And Dota Mastery into their 4th pick now. I do need to start thinking about how they're going to deal with the heroes like Enchantress and Morphling. Feels like you need something to deal with the Enchantress in lane, like an Ursa Warrior, a Life Stealer, just to get some damage dealt into her in the early stages. Pair up with a Rubik. Juggernaut might not be a bad option, but it's kind of scary picking Jug into Slardar with Corrosive Haze. And such a strong right-clicking lineup here between Death Ward from Witch Doctor, Morphling's right-clicks, and Enchantress, of course. It's a difficult pick to go into, for sure. You could start thinking about going down the route of OD to deal with the Morphling, and once you have a BKB, the Enchantress follows on after. Tinker is another decent one. Just raw magic damage, but they come out with the Void. More lockdown. Doesn't necessarily handle the Ench in lane, but if you progress through to that mid-game with ET, Void, Rubik, Beastmaster, you've got tons of control here in these team fights.
10 seconds
and it does add extra credence to that OD pick, but I can maybe taste the ban coming out of 5Frags in this 5th and final slot. And what do 5Frags need? What do they need? Mid-lane Space Maker, it feels like. Something tanky. Something like a Dragon Knight. So my bets are OD ban, Dragon Knight ban. OD ban, Dragon Knight ban. Then they banned the Tinker. Okay, so that was the second option that I gave you. So they were considering between Tinker and OD. Still leaves the Outworld in the pool. And then in this case you can maybe just leave the Dragon Knight in. If you're picking an OD, you're not too scared about the DK. What are you scared of? What are you scared of if you're picking something like... I'm just going to keep saying OD over and over again, because that's the hero that's coming. Queen of Pain? Queen of Pain's a sound ban. Razor? Queen of Pain and Razor are my 2 big ones right now. Just looking at the hero list. Nothing that screams out to me saying, pick this. Elusive heroes are still going to be difficult to play up against all of this lockdown, so things like Storm, PL, Ember Spirit do lose a little bit of their potency. They banned the Puck. Show me the OD.
Radiant team picked.
Pugna! That's not OD. That's a lot of magic damage, though. Does give them some push power as well once they win a team fight with their wombo combo. So OD completely ignored. Interesting. Interesting. What do we see now from 5Frags?
10 seconds
Up
remaining.
against the Pugna. What's it gonna be?
5
What's it
seconds
gonna
remaining.
be? Da, 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 da. What does well here? It feels like they need something to go along with the Slardar Witch Doctor. Mix of magic and physical damage. Razor, Viper, Marana. Shadow Fiend probably just going to get snowballed too hard in this game. They could just go like raw magic damage and pick like a Zeus or something. I was really banking on that OD pick, wasn't I? Maybe a mistake. It's getting late in the day. Morphling, Slardar, Witch Doctor, Enchantress. They have no AoE team fight, which is a little bit scary. Can you move the Morphling mid against Pugna? Probably not. Morphling, Witch Doctor, and Slardar. Oh, they go with a DK.
Choose your hero.
Well, I should have gone back to the DK, shouldn't I? I did talk about that earlier on. Rounds up their draft, gives pushing power, is very tanky, difficult to gank in the mid lane. Potas will be taking that one up. Not sure how it lanes up against the Pugna, though. Does feel a little bit that Dota Mastery lack a touch of damage. ET should bolster that a little bit. Pugna will help out. I wonder what kind of build the Pugna goes for, though. We've seen a little bit of the offlane Pugna going for like Ether Lens with the Meteor Hammer, and I've not been a fan. I would like for this mid/strike Pugna to go for that, the strong build. Arcanes, Kaya, Aghanim Scepter. Looks like he's got himself a Null Talisman and nothing queued up just yet. Boots first on Slardar, boots first on Elder Titan. Stout shield for the Beastmaster who's heading into that offlane. One set of tangos with a mango to go. Trying to get that full magic wand up and running. Nothing out of the ordinary, I don't think. As we get ourselves underway here for game number 2 of this best of 3. Dota Mastery up against 5Frags. Double G Enchantress up at the top lane. Will be 1v2 here. Rubik and Void for Mike Fury and Celery. Elder Titan for Dash Dash. Mid lane /strike on the Pugna as Blink 984 takes up the Beastmaster in the off lane. Double G has been found, takes a couple of hits. Not yet leveled anything up on the Enchantress. Does have an Orb of Venom though and throws a little spear back into Mike Fury, chips away at his HP. Gonna have to tango up some of this lost health on the Enchantress though as they set up for the turnaround. Celery ready with the Telekinesis, Elder Titan moving forward with a stomp. They will land it in onto the Enchantress as well, trying to body block up Double G, healing. Learned up at level 1 with a 3-man crush. They'll get the Enchantress out of danger, and now that 3 heroes have shown top lane, they go in for the Bounty Rune contest. Top lane, 2v2, Stomp comes through. There's the crush lined up, but it won't come out in time. It looks like it will be 3 bounties for the Radiant team. They'd lift back the Enchantress though with that heal leveled up at 1 means there's no untouchable, but these big crushes from Molex hold the Dire team at bay and make sure that Enchantress doesn't fall. And now we see how the lanes actually set up. Great block by /strike. Make sure that the DK doesn't get an early advantage at all here. Pugna up against The Dragon Knight in the mid lane, 2v3 top. Slardar again crushing the ET, lift back into the stomp. Molex caught, and Void runs forward. Time lock level 1, trying to get the damage in onto Double G, but he's got the sprites going with that healing attendance. Double G very tanky on the Enchantress. Mid lane DK Pugna, bot lane is going to be the Beastmaster against Witch Doctor Morphling. No real help for him just here as the Elder Titan is being forced to stick top. Molex, absolute nuisance in that lane. Pugna goes for the courier, gets it as well. Slash Strike takes it down. Dragon Knight misplay. Brings the courier in too close to that little Pugna. Two-man sleep top with the Echo Stomp. Celery does have the lift as well. Drags the Slardar back. Crush ready in a second. 3-man. Not going to land. Only onto 2. Celery still up and running, and that will allow him to get the first blood. Now aiming for Double G. Untouchable level 1. Nature's Attendant's also ready to go here for the Enchantress. Looking for this cross kill, but the Stomp will arrive. And Nature's Attendants do come out. Healing the Enchantress back up a decent amount. Mike Fury arrives. This Untouchable causing a little bit of difficulty here with a damage output not really available from this dire team. Meanwhile, bottom, Maledict in with the Morphling waveform forward. This Beastmaster dropping low, but the fact that he's back in Fountain will secure his safety.
Radiant's bottom tower
Action in every single lane so far in game number 2. Unrelenting.
That should help. I dig that. The nether reaches out.
Beastmaster does get a little bounty rune for himself, though. Very nice. Mid lane, Dragon Knight being eyed up by an Elder Titan. Doesn't have the mana to throw in a Spirit and a Stomp. Rubik would need to be here to help out. Chooses not to TP towards the mid lane, though, as Elder Titan makes the long roaming rotation from top through mid down to bottom lane. Slash Strike just left to fend for himself. 17-3 DK with a 14-1 Pugna. Dragon Knight doing a very, very good job keeping himself in the running for this one. Just about gets out of range of that Decrep Blast combo as well from Slash Strike. As bottom lane, Axes just secure the kill on Witch Doctor. Beastmaster there. Raw, unfettered damage from the wild axes. And now diving under tier 1. Lots of damage in onto the Morphling. Drop him to half health. Slardar trying to arrive on the scene here with a crush. In comes the Spirit Stomp. Looking to land onto the Morphling. Gets in there as well, but the Witch Doctor and the Slardar still rolling forward. Another Wild Axes looking to clear up a kill, but Morphling shifts attributes back to strength and now heals with a lovely little salve. They lose their Beastmaster yet again. Void does look like he's doing reasonably well up at top lane, but you have to remember that Double G's Enchantress is putting a lot of pressure on this Void and making sure he can't just freely last hit under tower or near the creep wave. You see there, one little hit comes in. Mike Fury can't just time walk this off either, because it is sustained damage over a relatively long period of time. Bottom, Beastmaster chased again. Slardar with the waveform forward from the Morphling. Witch Doctor and Slardar chasing in. They are able to clear up the Beastmaster for a second time. And Pugna just keeps blasting away at the mid-tier 1 as well. Mike does get that ring of health going. Sustain a little bit better against the Enchantress, at least for now. But once she has those phase boots up and running, things are going to look real bad. So DK has Raindrop Soul Ring here to spam out Breathe Fire as often as he possibly can. Keeps the salves coming, and now a full Magic Wand arrives in his pocket. A Slash Strike walks into danger. Cask after crush, but now incoming two-man stomp only lands onto the Witch Doctor. Beastmaster arrives with the Wild Axes, looking for the body block as well. There's the Pugna. blasting down the Witch Doctor. But with the crush forward, he decrypts himself, keeps him at a safe distance away from Molex with a Fade Bolt forward and a couple of punches here. They might be able to bring this Slardar down, but he's escaping with 30 HP until the Spirit, with the Stomp, arrives on his head. And that Witch Doctor rotation with a Slardar not paying off there for them. 3-4-man Shrine comes through as well from Dota Mastery. And they'll be able to clear a couple of wonderful little stacks that it appears the Beastmaster has made for himself. Eyeing up a potential mid-fight. Raindrops down to 1 charge now for the DK. You need to pop that with whatever you have. ET from the side, Witch Doctor Slardar hiding inside the Roshan pit. In comes the Cask to start things off. Slash Strike stunned with a crush, and now the DK arrives. Decrep is here for Slash Strike, but he will fall. Elder Titan not quite near enough to get that Echo Stomp in time to save his buddy. 3-4. DK Morphling leading the chart there in CS as well, farming incredibly well. Dire team look a little bit lost. How to recuperate on these lanes. Mike Fury jumps forward towards the Enchantress, but he'll take another couple of impetus shots now as Double G lays in the pain. Pugna has arrived. The Chrono does come down. Decrep not being thrown, just with a Life Drain and Nether Blast, they'll bring the Enchantress finally falling. Finally out of the face of this Void, who immediately TPs down towards bottom, giving the top lane over to the Pugna, who TP'd there to get that kill. So they spread their farm around a little bit. Bottom lane, Beastmaster, still level 5, doesn't have the Primal Roar, but they are circling in on him. They know he's an easy kill. Waveform after crush, and Beastmaster will die a 3rd time in this bottom lane. Trying to get himself the finishing touches on that chainmail. The Medallion with the chainmail, and then Necrobook to follow through afterwards. It's a long road for the Beastmaster though, as we get into 8 minutes. 7-7-7 on the levels across the top 3. Now we get their level 7 on Enchantress, finally. Net worth-wise, looking good for the Radiant as well. Jump forward from Morphling secures them yet another kill. Rubik falls.
I'll take that.
As things get a little bit out of control here. Dire team trying to defend these towers, but Morphling is getting out of hand. And we were wondering about what is there here for the Dire team to counteract this Morphling. Beastmaster Roar with Necro units doesn't really counter him anymore. This Morphling doesn't need mana to shift these attributes any longer.
Thank you.
Enchantress, very nearly blown up there. Not quite enough damage to finish off Double G though, even with the Fade Bolt into the Decrep. Combo from Pugna, Raindrops paying off, saving the Enchantress as middle lane. Elder Titan looks like he might just die to the tick of the dragon form, and he does. Potas gets himself a nice little takedown in the mid lane. Does it look like the DK maybe he was pressing forward to do damage to the Faceless Void, and Elder Titan just got caught in the crossfire. Pugna now TPing mid though, utilizing this Chrono perfectly, finding themselves 2 kills in a row every time Chrono's off cooldown. It looks like that's exactly what Mike Fury will be aiming to do. Celery top lane does lift up the Enchantress and throw him back, as down at bottom yet again Beastmaster dies to the Maledict of Witch Doctor. These heroes down at bottom lane absolutely slaying it up against the poor little Beastmaster this time around. Pugna went from pushing top tier 1, shifts towards mid, of course, with that kill onto the DK. Double G trying to counter Duke Celery. Rubik going to take Impetus Shot, and Impetus Shot. Not quite enough damage to finish him off. Now it will be though. Fade Bolt won't save you. Pop a Raindrop charge there, but Double G still gets the kill. This poor Beastmaster still yet to hit level 6. With the glyph, they'll try and save this tower. Get a deny in on it as well. Morphling not pressing forward to secure that last hit. Down to 13 strength. Max Agi. Very killable though. Look at that. If he'd gone for the life drain there, he might just have been able to kill him as well, you know. Switches over to some strength. Heals up a little bit off that perseverance as well. Things have become incredibly awkward for this Dire team. Dragon Knight makes the rotation up towards the top. Celery lifts the Enchantress up, but with double catapult and dragon form railing away at this tier 1 tower top lane, it is very likely to just fall over and die as they get the Maledict and Death Ward in onto the Elder Titan. I Care and I Kill goes from playing Ogre in game 1 and not really being that impactful to probably being the most impactful hero on this map currently. Witch Doctor doing an amazing job. The roar from Beastmaster holds the Slardar back, but with the waveform forward, it looks like Morphling has secured himself a yet another kill. What's he up to now? 4-0-2. Morphling slaying everybody. Well, maybe not everybody, but he's slaying the Beastmaster over and over again. 2-5-1. Beastmaster having a pretty atrocious game so far. Medallion is done for the Beastmaster though. A long, long way to go until he gets his Necro Book. But here we go. Chrono is ready for the Faceless Void. He shows himself top lane. Smoke from Celery and Slash Strike. DD Rune ready and waiting for them. Not picking it up just yet. Don't want to give away their position as Celery. Oh, he gets fogged at the last second. He can't go for lifting onto the Slardar, and Slash Strike shows himself on lane as well. They'll go back, collect the DD Rune, and maybe go and take top tier 1. Seems like a simple objective for them to maybe cut around onto as Slash Strike holds this ramp. Witch Doctor moving around the trees, slipping through, but the Decrypt into Blast and Life Drain is going to do a significant amount of damage. Yet to kill him off though as he turns around with the cast bouncing onto him. Celery helps out getting that kill, but the Roar in does manage to slow them down, but they're losing heroes at a drastic rate. They don't have the Void Chrono. Morphling arrives, and it's all too little too late here from the Dire team. Slash Strike was all out on his lonesome. They barely killed the Witch Doctor, to be perfectly honest. Not worth losing 2 of your core heroes for, and losing your Raw cooldown as well. Phase boots into Rod of Atos here for your ET. He'll get there eventually. Morphling nearing that Lincoln Sphere. Has been close to a perfect game from the Morphling. Not the fastest of build-ups into the Lincolns I've seen, but close to it anyway. He's had an absolutely spectacular time in this bottom lane. Free farming, free killing, free itemization for him. Beastmaster. Hasted Witch Doctor. Who comes out on top? Well, Beastmaster had Roar on cooldown for another second or 2 there, and the Witch Doctor makes a slippery little escape out of danger.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Rights are with us.
Hugner still hunting though. Slash Strike gets hit by the Enchantress. Now going to have to decrep himself up. The Maledict is there. Death Ward placed and Slash Strike dropping. He's going to fall to the Maledict, popping now to the Enchantress Impetus Shot. Double G dominating, turns back around. Death Ward is stolen. Damage in onto Double G. Might get taken down here, but he stick charges up. Healed nicely by the wand. The drums popped as well. Celery in trouble. Hit by the Crush. Amp damage is there as well. The Witch Doctor finally falls, and the double axes come through from Blick. A double kill for the Beastmaster. Chasing forward now. The Dragon Knight does arrive though. Turns it back onto the Beastmaster with a big Dragon Tail stun into Dual Breath. They clear him up. 3 for 2 trade-off across the board, as Elder Titan will not be able to get in there to land a big Spirit Stomp. onto your Slardar or the DK. Bottom lane. Mike Fury goes in with a first hit bash onto the Morphling, and Time walks away. Still gets hit by that Agi adaptive strike.
A soldier's fortune.
A Witch Doctor chased back by the ET Spirit, but now you have your Lincolns on your Morphling. No more Roar, no more Decrep, no more Telekinesis. Breathe Fire stolen by Rubik, but look at how much damage this Dragonite does through one stun of a Dragon Tail. And now Slash Strike has to come in to try and save his teammate. The Beastmaster got a little bit too itchy on the trigger finger there. Walked forward into a DK Enchantress while they were racking it up, looking for their fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Gotcha.
But now the Beastmaster can farm in the jungle relatively nicely. 4 in Axes, 4 in Call of the Wild. Gets himself a Satyr. Roar in onto Enchantress, and Double G being sapped of his life there with a drain from Pugna. But thankfully, he has Drums, Hood, and Wand. Tanky Enchantress is tanky. Very difficult to bring down unless you dump a number of spells, and you take a look at this Witch Doctor. I care and I kill. Yet again, right place, right time. TP in from the Void. Mike Fury wants to arrive. He'll jump in onto the Witch Doctor and one-hit kill. Does find the trade-off at the very least. It's a 1-for-1. Dragonite with Blink and Armlet. Decrept up with a life drain there. Chrono forward. And this DK could have blinked away. Instead, he chose to sit and farm all alone and will lose his life for it. Morphling now 154 CS. 403 participating in 7 of the 18 kills that the Radiant have. And with a Pugna on your team, the Dire should really have taken down more of these tier 1 towers, but it's been a difficult game for Slash Strike. 335 has himself Ether Lens and Tranquil Boots, trying to drain over the treetops there with the extended range on his ultimate. Now with the Netherward placed, the Witch Doctor comes back in to finish it off. Double G runs forward, looking for a go onto Mike Fury. Pops the Lincolns there with the enchant, throws an impetus shot forward, but no one really here to back the Enchantress up. This could be a turn for the Dire, but they're scared. Morphling always ready to come into battle at a moment's notice.
I'll take that.
Oh, CS lol. Gets the range creep, that's the one that matters most.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Beastmaster finally gets the push in onto that tower bottom, but the DD Rune Morphling secures Roshan for the Radiant. Jump forward, Slardar DK aiming for Slash Strike, gets the crush in, the telekinesis lift back into the stun onto DK, but still the Pugna falls, blown up by the Morphling jumping forward. Corrosive Haze has been stolen by Celery here,
Radiant structures.
but the Radiant looking incredibly strong, pushing forward. ET tries to slow them down a little bit as they approach this tier 2, but he's opened himself to getting blink stunned by the DK, and he will fall.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Might be an easy game here for the Radiant, looking to tie things up 1-1 in this best of 3. The Dire squad don't know what hit them. It was this DK, it was this Morphling, but I think most importantly, it was this Witch Doctor. He cares and he kills. Defense to be mounted. Dire have Chrono, have Primal Roar. Start things off with Wild Axes in to try and clear the creep wave. Down goes the tier 3, 2-man Chrono. Morphling still alive, takes down the Beastmaster. Roar not going to come through even though the Lincoln was popped. Void does get the kill onto Slardar as the Stomp goes in onto Enchantress, but the Witch Doctor, Death Ward cancelled out. Earth Splitter comes through, the Enchantress taken down as well. The Dire team bringing heroes into this fight one by one. The Void, he's actually a Morphling. Time walks and waveforms to safety, and it doesn't look like Dota Mastery can get anything else for their troubles, losing their tier 3 tower there. Not getting any big kills. The DK and the Morphling survive through everything, and it means that the E-Blade will be coming very, very shortly.
I'll take that.
20 minutes, 12,000 net worth for your Morph. 4,000 net worth lead for the Radiant team. You've got to wonder, Slash Strike on your Pugna. Have you done enough this game Can you hit your peak timing? Because Pugna isn't just all about pushing towers. You do have to remember that when this Aghanims comes up with Veil, Ether Lens, or maybe a Kaya, maybe a BKB, something there to either amp up his damage even more or just to keep him survivable in team fights could be pretty handy. He is a force to be reckoned with. Lincoln's pop onto Morph, damage in from the Pugna, brings the Morphling down. In the meantime, Beastmaster kills the Witch Doctor in the back end. They lift up the Morphling. He's going to have to try and shift, but he can't. He's roared up. He's taken out of the game. The Wicked Six streak is brought to an end as the Dire team, they group up. They get their chain stun down perfectly, and this is Slash Strike doing the damage. Morphling gets absolutely obliterated if you can't shift those attributes. Top lane, Earth Splitter in. Not quite going to land onto Double G. The swift Enchantress makes a run for it. Elder Titan still chasing forward. Impetus shots doing a little bit of damage here and there. Double G trying to create distance between himself and this Elder Titan, and might just have done a good enough job. Now Rod of Atos with the Spirit Stomp. Elder Titan trying to walk this one off. Gonna get the Bloody Block in here onto the Enchantress. Make sure she's got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Wild Axes and one swift. A little hit from a punch of Beastmaster clears him up. Slash Strike though, not sure what he's doing over here. Very interesting decision as the Chrono comes in onto 3. Cask bouncing between them though. Very unfortunate. Celery going to die to the Dragon Knight in the back end. Void trying to chase forward in onto the Witch Doctor. Gets himself a nice takedown there, but Morphling is bringing the Beastmaster low. In comes the Dragon Knight with a full BKB as well. And you have to say, the Radiant still with these incredibly tanky, hard to kill off core heroes surviving through these fights and continuing their farm rate. They are still going to be the ones in the driving seat this game. This has to be about the next Roshan for the Radiant. 2 minutes, 40 seconds until the fastest spawn.
Dire's top shrine is
They got a tier 3 with their first Aegis. I'm not sure that was quite enough.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
And here comes the Aghanims from Pugna. 1,000 gold away. Elder Titan misses out on an Arcane Rune. Regen spawns top, but they've got the Roar in onto Dragon Knight. Potas, oh god, look at him die!
On my eyes.
Insane amounts of damage there from this Beastmaster with the Necro units up to level 3. Hellbear Smasher with the attack speed aura. Very, very strong Beastmaster player. Now they move in with a Rod of Atos onto the Enchantress. They clear up as well. Whew. This is what the Dire team's been looking for. Immediate blow up of any hero that you see. Now you've got the Chrono up and running as well. Diffusal Blade for the Void. They are pressuring this map relatively nicely. Tier 1 top lane has a glyph, which will be forced.
Structures are fortified.
Beastmaster with no Blink Dagger could be in a risky spot. Gets far enough away though that the Witch Doctor can't stop him from getting out. Even with the cast bouncing unluckily from Hellbear to hero. Slardar completes his 4 staff, more mobility, more kills. As Morphling Yeah, I need a BKB this game, I think. Cool little smoke here from the remainder of the Dire team, though. Who are they looking for? Might find the Witch Doctor. There was a Witch Doctor there. He ceased to exist in a fraction of a second. And now, it looks like Tier 2 is going to be the objective they aim to take. Fast spawn for Roche in 30 seconds. Then we'll see the actual timer of the big man returning. Witch Doctor dead for 30 seconds. Void looking for a jump in here onto Morphling, maybe the Enchantress as well. He's got a two-man chrono lined up perfectly. He landed onto 3, the Slardar's caught, the Morphling's killed, the Enchantress brought down as well, the Roar into back end, Molex destroyed as DK stunned through that BKB, but now he's going to go for the TP. The Bash comes in, he's being locked down, he's taken out a triple kill for Slash Strike. They've killed every single Radiant hero, and now they're running forward looking to end this game. A ridiculous swing of momentum here. As Slash Strike started this game relatively poor, but with this Pugna build, Veil Aetherlens, the help of his teammates, Beastmaster came back from, what, 2, 6, and 3 to 10, 10, 10. He's going to bring down a melee Rax and a ranged Rax and a mid-tier 3 and look for more as well. Buybacks available for the Enchantress and Dragon Knight. Morphling does not have his. This could be the end of the game here for the Radiant if they're not careful, losing 2 full lanes of barracks, and the Dire might just swing down towards bottom lane for a bit of a poke and go as well. Buyback from the DK is expended. Defense of the base now begins. Aghanims arrives for the Pugna. Slash Strike trying to regen mana up with the clarity as quickly as he possibly can. Throws down the Netherward. Molex blinks. Two-man crush. Does land in as Mike Fury gets peppered away with these impetus shots coming through, but a great stomp from Elder Titan. Lift as well with the life drain. Dragon Knight's dead. 76 seconds. He's gone with no buyback. And in they jump for more. The Roar comes through onto Enchantress and good game is called. The disconnect from Morphling says it all. He was having such a wonderfully free game, but in the end, it will be Dota Mastery that finds themselves in the closed qualifiers for the European qualies for ESL One Genting 2018. A victory there for them, which will mean so much, as that was a pretty ridiculous series. Great play. Great play. But that is it for us tonight. That wraps up our broadcast and the Open Qualifiers for ESL One Genting. I'll take a quick look to see if we've got the result from our other series. It looks like we do. Ant Esports, Dota Mastery, Swiss Quality Gaming, and 5 Anchors No Captain are your 4 Open Qualifier teams from Europe that progressed through to that closed qualifier system, which includes some absolutely wonderful teams. It is tiered. There is Tier 1 into Tier 2, so the brackets that the Open Qualifier teams will enter, they'll face off against Penta, or Doggy, or Final Tribe, or Evil Corporation. And then Stage 2, Kingwin OG Hellraisers Mouse Sports, will be the second layer, the second defenses of invited teams for that closed qualifier stage. But thank you for watching, everyone who tuned in. That has been a wonderful little broadcast we've brought to you here for ESL Dota 2 Genting Qualifiers. I just love saying those words, Genting. But that's it, we're done and dusted. Coming up next should be NA. I believe that will be held on this stream as well, if it hasn't already started. But yeah, we've done Europe, we've done Southeast Asia, CIS, South America, all finished, completed. Europe has just done its rounds as well. We'll get ourselves all closed up. Finish the book for that one. America, North America that is, will be coming up, and it should be MRP casting that lovely little region for you guys as well. From me, it is done and dusted. We are done for the day. We'll be back for the closed qualifiers in not too long though. Just under 2 weeks we will be having the closed qualifiers for all of those teams I mentioned earlier on and running ourselves through those wonderful games. For now, take care of yourselves. See you guys next time.